Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Powermore at Mrs. Powermore at Home, and today we're going to be exploring some line. So line is one of the art elements, and it can be really fun because it's just taking a point on a page for a walk. So we can do that in lots of different ways, and I have to thank one of my daughters, Ella, for this idea. So what you're going to need today is you're going to need like something circular that you can trace around. So that could be a glass, or it could be a lid of something, and just a pencil to start off with, and then you'll need your coloured pencils or crayons after that. So I'm going to be doing mine in texture just so you can see it better on the camera than the pencil, but you guys start with a pencil. So the other thing you're going to need, so you've got your something circular, you've got your pencil, you're going to need some paper. I've got a sketchbook, and this is the fun bit, and you will have to promise to put these back around the house, but you need to go and get one shoe from around the house. And this is the fun thing, because you can not just use your shoes but other people, and what you're looking for is the patterns on the soles of the shoes. So if I have a few pairs of shoes that have the same pattern, so I didn't choose one of each of those, I just brought one of those, but have a look around the house and you're looking for all the different patterns. So choose a selection. I've chosen a whole big pile because I just got it carried away and it was a bit of fun. But as many shoes as you can find. You ask mum and dad if you can have a look at their shoes. Sneakers are really the best because they've got lots of great cool patterns on the bottom of them. And once you've got a big pile of shoes next to you, don't put them on the table unless you put some newspaper or something down, because they've probably been walking around outside and you don't want that on your table. But you could do it on the floor, or you can have them in a pile next to you like I've got. So if you want to pause the video and go and find those things and meet me back here, and we're going to have some fun. It's just been pointed out to me that I just made up a completely new word called choosen instead of chosen. I meant to say chosen. I got a little bit excited because I'd saying choose, 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 and then I said choosen. Which choose, shoes? I think I've been saying shoes and choose too much, and I said choosen, but it's not really a word. So make sure you say chosen. I'll see you in a minute for our art activity. Okay, so I'm using my lid, but you guys could use a glass to trace around, or a container of some sort. So I'm just going to start in the corner, and you guys use a pencil. I'm just using the marker so you can see my lines clearly. So holding it still with one hand, trace around your circle. Move it, trace around, keep filling it up, and I'm trying not to overlap. Maybe I'll put some, this is called offset, where instead of putting your circles in a line, you do the next row in between. I'm going to fill my page with as many circles as I can, and you can have some coming off the edge if you want. I'll just do that many to show you. And then you need your shoe. So I'm going to start off with this school shoe. And I'm going to have a look at the lines on the bottom of the shoe, and it's going to give me an inspiration for copying the pattern into one of the circles. So I'm going to look at this shape here, and I'm going to draw it like this. And inside it's got zigzag patterns that follow that. So I'm just going to use that. Doesn't have to be exact, but it's going to be my inspiration, is the zigzag. And then I might go a little bit off these lines here, so I'm going to draw some lines coming down like this. So I'm just really playing and exploring line. I play with some of the zigzags on the bottom of the shoe. I'm going to angle these ones. So what I'm starting to do now is, instead of drawing a bit more from observation like up here, I'm starting to abstract it, which means I'm just using it as a guide, and then I'm creating my own patterns from it. Okay, so there's one, and then this one was kind of cool with spots all on the bottom. So I'm going to fill this one up with spots. And then where was that cool basketball shoe? This one had a cool eye. Look at these. This has got lots. I might be able to get inspiration from a couple. So I'm going to start in the middle there with that circular. And then it's almost looks like an eye, doesn't it? So I'm going to do that. And then it's got these geometric type lines going down like this. Triangles, super cool little arrow shapes going up. Imagine the designers whose job it is to come up with the patterns on the bottom of the shoes. That'd be a pretty cool job, wouldn't it? Maybe, I wonder what you would be. A shoe sole designer. Probably a very specific job. And you can fill out the whole one, and then I might take the idea from this piece here, down here, and do that kind of zigzaggy wave part as well. Again, I'm going to abstract it a bit, have a play around with the lines. These ones go like this. It's actually quite fun. Anyway, once you've filled up the whole page, you can either use it monochromatic, which means just black and white or one colour, or you can get out your coloured pencils or your crayons and you can start colouring them in. So this one is exploring line. So have fun with that, line and pattern. And don't forget to put all the shoes back when you've finished. Bye. I've finished my sneaker and shoe sole patterns here, and I'm going to colour them in. And I've chosen analogous colours to colour mine in. So I'm going to use blues and purples because they are next to or near each other on the colour wheel. So blues and purples are all part of the same sort of colour family, near each other or next to each other. So you could do the same, or you could decide to do complementary colours, which are opposites. We'll talk a bit more about complementary colours in another episode, but maybe analogous colours. And I'm going to colour these in, and you may decide that after that you want to cut these out and stick them back to back and create a cool mobile, maybe hang them from some string, or you could stick them on your window, or you could make another pattern with them. I think I might just leave mine in here, but I'm going to do some colouring now. So I've finished colouring these ones in, and I have decided that I'm going to cut them out. So I started cutting them out into their circles, moving the paper rather than the scissors as I cut on a curve, and I've got 4 of them. So I'm then going to put some glue on the back and glue them back to back. So fold them in half first, put some glue on them, and then we're going to stick them in a circle. So fold each piece back and stick them together so that when you hold them, they make a bit of a cross shape. Once you've glued them together, just make sure they're all folded in half like this, and then spread them out so they'll sit out. Then you can put a hole, thread a needle through, or punch a hole, and you can hang it up and it can spin around. Hang it in a window. Beautiful. Don't forget to put your excess paper in the recycle bin.